Hello YouTube and welcome back to another game of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be of course game number 5 between Polt and Snute from the WCS Championship Final. I know I'm behind, I apologize, I do say it in every video, but we are catching up, and after this we'll be moving very fast forward up until more recent games. So, as I said, this is game number 5, so as per usual, if you have missed the previous games and you're just joining us now, please click those links in the description. They will take you to games number 1 to 4, I believe, so far, and that will, you know, kind of let you catch up and not have any spoilers, which will be displayed at about 1 minute into this game. So, game number 5. Polt versus Snute. Map is Ulrena, and on the top left hand side here we've got ourselves Polt from Team EnVyUs and South Korea. And of course his opponent, no other than Liquid Snute from Team Liquid, and he is from Norway. So scores are now going up. Polt is currently at that's wrong. Snute at 1, Polt at 3, which means if Polt wins this, he will move, he will not move on anyway, he will be the champion. If Snute wins this, then he will have more attempts at coming back and basically not losing this tournament. So one of these players is a champion, one of them is the second place finalist. Let's find out who is who by continuing on with our tournament here. Let's see what's going to be going on here. Looks like Polt going for a very early expansion, unlike in the previous game where he actually made a bunch of barracks at the very beginning and did a lot of early aggression with Reapers, which actually did not work out as well as he would have liked. He had all of those Reapers surrounded, and boy did that ruin his game. But you know what, at the end of the game he did end up coming back and winning the game, and that was some beautiful play, because he decided that okay, I do not need to expand, I will just continuously push my units towards my opponent until he caves, until he pretty much mines himself out inside of his base and deny all of his expansions and essentially just shut him down before he gets to that crazy Zerg aggression phase. Let's see a few Zerglings coming over here as well, just doing a bit of aggression, and looks like we got ourselves spawning pool complete, and we got a Roachborn on the way. Now, just to note, the Zerglings did not get speed, and they're not getting it yet. And he's got himself 220 gas. Now, I wonder what he's going to use that. I assume he's just going to pump out a bunch of roaches and maybe do some sort of timing attack, because he's got himself a lot of gas here. Now, he's destroyed 2 workers with those Zerglings, and how many did he lose? He lost 3 of them. Definitely a worthy trade there. 5 roaches are in the way, 7 roaches on the way, 8 roaches on the way, so it looks like some sort of timing attack, even 9. Wow, this could really end really badly for Polt if he's not prepared for this. And looking at his army right now, he actually will be. I mean, if he keeps pumping out Marines like this, he will definitely be ready. I mean, he's got himself 4 on the way, he's gotten himself a total of 7 there already, 11 already, so definitely going to be ready for it. But he does need to continue the reinforcements there, otherwise he will get overrun very quickly here. Looks like Snute is definitely interested in a lot of aggression here. He's not making that many drones. In fact, he's stopped production of them for the time being. And this could be some sort of all-in right now. And this is beautiful right now. He's managing to take out a few of his opponent's Marines before the rest of the army comes in here, but that is a big Marine army. Definitely needs to be very careful fighting that on, especially with just a few units like that. He needs to reinforce and pretty much stay all grouped up as much as possible. Looks like the SCVs have been pulled off the line as well. The roaches are doing a lot of damage here. 5 SCVs have also been destroyed, and the Marine army has been cleaned up. Now Snute is behind on army supply, which is not good for him, but he might be in a position to reinforce this very shortly. He is building up a few more workers. He is going to be fully saturated on that, and he's got himself only 1 gas making or harvesting gas rather. So 9 ACVs have been destroyed in that for a lot of roaches and a few Zerglings as well. Now, is that going to pay off? I honestly do not know. because he did cripple Polt's economy. So what Polts need to do right now is essentially return the favor. If he manages to destroy a few workers here and even the game out, it'll be quite good. Otherwise, Snute might start running rampant. 38 to 24 worker supply. These Marines getting worn down a little bit, but at the same time taking out roaches one by one, focusing them down, which is exactly what he needs to do right now. He's taken out 3 workers, and now he's getting pushed back. There's 3 queens, 3 roaches. That is going to be enough to push back pretty much any reinforcements coming in from these Marines. Let's see, more roaches being created here, a few drones as well. And looks like he's expanding as well. So Snute going for a slightly longer game. His early aggression did not work out as well as he'd like. He was probably hoping that his opponent would be going for a 1-1-1 build or like a 2-1-1, where he would have a bit more tech but a few less units. For example, if he went for a 1-1-1 build, then Polt would have probably had something like 6 to 8 Marines and maybe either a siege tank and a widow mine, which he would have been easily, or rather Snute would have easily been able to overrun with those amount of roaches. But as you can see here, that was not the case. He made a bunch of Marines and managed to hold off. Now I just want to have a quick look. I assume Polt has not seen this. Yeah, he hasn't, of course. But he would probably be suspecting it, that if he gives Snute too much time, Snute will start to spread the creep. So now this base is up. Roaches, Ravagers being morphed in. Army supply is a little bit in favor of Snute. Not a whole lot, but is indeed a little bit. Now, I do not know exactly why Polt wants to break down these rocks, because realistically, having these blocked is a bit more beneficial for him, unless he wants to be sneaking Marines behind here, because Zerglings that run around here could be very deadly to sneak past his main army, whereas here, he can kind of concave a bunch of his opponent's Zerglings, and that would really work out badly for the Zerglings. They would just get shot down to hell. Let's see, Roaches, Ravagers, Army Supply still favoring Snute just a little bit, but when it comes down to 6-7 Army Supply at this point, which is the mid-game by the way, doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's more about control, landing those corrosive biles, moving those low health units behind. That is exactly what would make the biggest difference here. Now, just to note, we've got ourselves a hive on the way. No, actually, never mind, it's a lair. A lair is on the way. Got ourselves level 1 weapons and carapace for Zerg ground units, but that is going to be a while away. It's still quite a distance, or quite some time before it's ready. Terran upgrades as well, but it will be about 40-45 seconds before that's ready. Rather, the weapons. Concussive shells is complete now, so any units that are trying to run away, no can do. No running from us. Creep spread is pretty good for Snute, I have to say. Something you don't see a lot actually these days is creep spread, and I think it's probably to do with the fact that it's so easy to destroy creep these days that people don't really focus on it that much. And by easy I mean people expand quite a lot, so you essentially focus a lot more on your army and your expansions rather than, you know, creep, because before you had 15-minute games would be quite a standard, where you would have so much time to build up your creep, whereas here you could spend most of the game and you'd get about halfway across the map. So it's just something that people don't tend to do anymore. It would be nice if that changed sometime, but hey, look, maybe in the new maps, if some of the maps are much bigger and maybe the games are a bit slower, then maybe people do start to spread that creep. Now these 2 queens are about to get surrounded. In a lot of trouble here. That's 1 queen, 2 queens taken out. And all of those Zerg upgrades are now about to complete. Oh no, this is a crucial moment right now. And Polt is just a little bit too late with the attack here. Snute with the upgrades just about completing here. Now just a note, level 1 shield for Terran Marines is just started now, and oh my god, this is a huge surround right now. So many Zerg units. The army supply is a little bit in his favor, so it's a lot more of a difference now than it was earlier, with about 40 army supply. Now just to note, a lot of that is in production still, so it is a little bit even on the ground. But still, this is quite a heavy army supply from the Zerg, and fighting that straight on would be very, very difficult when you got yourself so many Ravagers in the background, because if you get hit by a few of those corrosive biles, that will not look good for you. Now, Polt has done something similar like he done in the last game, but this game is kind of going into a different direction. It's not one of those games where he's consistently reinforcing his army and just going all in with his 2 bases, but he still decided to lift off his main command center and bring it to this 3rd expansion. Now I don't know if that's the correct option. I think he probably would have been better off with building a 3rd command center a little bit earlier. And here we go. There is going to be a surround here from the Zerg army, and these Marines are going to have to come in. Oh my god, the fungal growths are absolutely massive, and that is going to end that army. That was beautiful play. I have to say, that was one of the best plays I've seen in this tournament so far. And can I save it? I actually do not know if I have the option enabled. Oh yes, I do. Beautiful. So I'm going to have to slow that down. And basically, I just saved that to my NVIDIA, because that NVIDIA 1-minute replay, because that was some beautiful play there. Definitely good fungal growths, followed by corrosive biles to take out most of their army. And now we've got a 100 army supply lead for Snute. He will be able to just absolutely steamroll his opponent in here. So definitely getting another chance to win this championship. Not going to be over in just 5 games. GG has been called, and Snute takes game number 5. And wow, that was beautiful. Well done, Snute. That was a really good surround. Taking his time, not getting too aggressive, despite the fact that he probably realized that he had a slightly bigger army. But essentially, 2 or 3 fungal growths that landed there, corrosive biles, and that swung the fight from kind of even, maybe slightly in favor of Snute, to just destruction. Gone. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this game. Don't forget, as per usual, to leave it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.